Raise your hand and we'll get started. Kelly, we'll start with you.
What's it like seeing David get all the attention now? It's usually you or Jamal, or it's pretty funny to see your punter like getting just all this like love.
Oh, I'm thankful for it. I ain't got to do it. He can have all the attention he wants.
Chad?
Without telling us the game plan, you feel pretty confident in the game plan you guys have for Saturday?
Oh yeah, I do. We feel confident. We're playing fast right now, doing everything that we need to do.
Kelly?
Coach Key said that he felt like you guys were pretty bright-eyed after the flight. How did it feel, the flight coming over? How do you feel like your energy level was at right now? It's kind of iffy, I still might be a little high on the just first time being out of the country, coming here, seeing the land, different type of culture, atmosphere that they have here. So I might still be on the little high of that. So my energy level is still somewhat pretty up.
Is there anything David has prepared you for, whether it be weather or anything like that?
Not too much, because at the end of the day, there's going to be chances of wind, there's going to be chances of rain, but I've played in rain and I've played in wind before, so not too much. But he has, prepared me for a couple of things.
Row 2 on the right.
In college football today, with the transfer portal and teams changing so much from year to year, how much of a challenge is it to prepare for Florida State's defense when there'll be some new players that haven't played there before and some returning players also?
Definitely, it's hard to prepare for them, like personnel-wise, who they're going to put on the field, who's starting, who's not, who's going to rotate in, and different personnel packages, stuff like that. You never really know on that aspect of it, but scheme-wise, it's same DC as last year, stuff like that. So that part is not too hard. But like I said, with the personnel and who they're going to put on the field, that's it's just up in the air right now. We really don't know and don't know how well they're going to play. So.
Okay, right here.
Is there, an extra one? I know you always want to win every single game you can, but is there an extra kind of will behind the team because, it is a home game for David?
I'd say so, and especially being the first game of the season, you want the first game, kind of start that rhythm and trying to get the season started on a win, and that's the main thing with going on season to season. You want to start that first game. You want to have going forward, trying to pretty much get a momentum for the rest of the season.
In the middle. Go ahead, sir.
I'm just interested in the mentality of the locker room, the fact that Georgia Tech are playing the first game of the season against a ranked team. Does a sense of being underdogs or a sense of being sort of untested after a long off season change how you mentally prepare for this game?
Not necessarily. We already feel like we're underdogs, but we embrace it. That's how we prepare. That's how we attack every day, and that's just pretty much who we are right now.
In the back.
When it comes to productive wideouts, Haynes, I think a lot of people think about bigger, longer rangier guys, 6'3" guys. That's not really what your core is. What is it about those guys that makes them productive, and you guys have such good chemistry together?
I'd say their speed. Then on top of that, their football savviness and how well they fill space and how well they communicate with each other, so everybody's on the same page. And that's just always relieving because they're going to be at the right spot at the right time. And then on top of that, they can win with speed.
You got another one? Go ahead.
Not to put too much pressure on yourself, but how much of success on Saturday things to be predicated on you being able to do both things well, throw the ball, and being able to make things happen when maybe guys aren't open and things break down around?
That'll probably be a key moment, but you never really know how the game plays out. And Key and everybody else on the team, they already know I'm down to do whatever it takes. If it takes a throw for 400, run for 400, or hand it off for 400, it doesn't doesn't matter. Just find ways to move the ball and keep the ball alive and keep the defense off the field and score points.
Far right.
Do you, coaches all have their own backgrounds. Do you ever give Coach Wenke grief about being a Florida State player? And have you ever seen any of his highlights from back in the day?
We definitely give him a little grief, but I've watched highlights. He hadn't sat down and showed us this is what I was used to do back in the day, But I've definitely seen his highlights, watched him a little bit, and he was a great football player.
Haynes.
What up, Coach?
Anybody else?
Liz?
Okay, Kelly, then Ken.
How curious are you just to see what your team looks like this year and how different guys are and everything? I imagine after starting so early and all the spring and all the lead up, there's a lot of kind of excitement just to see what you guys look like against somebody else.
I'm not so much curious as I am excited, excited to show what we've done and how hard we've worked this offseason and how well we've came together as a team.
Ken.
I'm curious if you noticed Coach Saban being here and if you had a chance to interact with him at all, or just kind of what it was like having him be in practice.
I shook his hand. I knew of him, with me being at A&M for 3 years. But shook his hand, had a little conversation, but that was about it.
Two more right here and right here.
What's been your focus this offseason to improve on the performance from last year and continue to develop with your offense?
The main thing with me is the consistency with my feet, with how they're placed, the angles of them, and the more they're consistent, the more consistently accurate your ball will be, and it's just the more accurate I am, the better this team moves on.
Front row here.
I believe this is your first time outside the country of America. So, how was that experience? Just even getting on a flight that goes across the Atlantic Ocean. How was that for the team in general?
It was definitely exciting. I was ready. Like you said, I've never been out of the country. Just the way you can just sightsee, see the different cultures, and stuff like that, and how just the everyday life works in different countries. It's just eye-opening, and just to see the differences it's like, wow.
Very good. Thank you, Hank.
Thank you.